Hey, this is Aaron. Today I'm standing in front of a 2021 Honda Odyssey. This is the newest Odyssey. It's been seen some upgrades, had some changes this year. This in particular is the package. Let's check it out. So as you can see, the Odyssey has some new style. You can see the flowing lines. See the rear end especially has changed. It's a little bit sharper, more sporty. Looks really good. I like the look. And then you can just see the lines. This is the new Honda look. So most of the Honda vehicles now have this same general design in concept. So what you're seeing here is you see the front haunch and the short hood kind of size. Lift a little bit. Down here, a nice little cut along the doors. Just a good look. And of course, the Odyssey is still easy to use. Doors open, slide open on their own. There's a button right in here. You can close it from the inside. You don't have to try to reach back for the handle. These captain's chairs here, as an option, they move back and forth and side to side. They also tilt and recline, of course. We'll get more into the interior in a minute. I'll show you just kind of what's going on with it. Some of the looks. I love the wheels. I just like the overall design of this vehicle. It's just nice looking. So before we really look at the interior, let's talk about what's propelling this vehicle and how it feels to drive. If you're familiar with the Honda lineup, then you know the 3.5 liter V6 is pretty common in Honda's larger vehicles. It appears in this as well, producing 280 horsepower. This also has a 10-speed automatic transmission. It's a good transmission. Drives really well, feels good. It's not sporty, it's not quick to shift, but it shifts smoothly. And it gives good confidence because of that. One thing that I will note though is this does hold the Honda trademark of having that first 10 miles an hour or so really feel fast and jumpy. That's kind of a Honda thing. It gives that sporty, quick off the line feel. And it's just it's interesting to have it in a minivan. It's unusual, but it feels good. This van drives really well. Always feels confident on the road, and has tons of visibility. You can see everything everywhere all around you. And inside, I'll show you that too. Let's check out the interior. So on its interior, this Odyssey is very comfortable. You can see I have a lot of leg room here, and this seat isn't even all the way back yet. There's still room in that third row seat for somebody to climb in and do something and sit back there. It's nice and comfortable, plenty of headroom. This here is the rear seat entertainment system. You run most of it from up there. There's also wireless headphones and a remote control as an option. This is in case you wanted to see that remote. This is a comfortable van. Now I will say there are other vans in this same price point that are much more luxurious on the inside. But if you're after much more in the way of functionality and you want the little things, I'll show you some of the electronic tricks that you have as a driver and front passenger up there. Back here you have lots of plug-ins. There's plenty of USB ports. There's an HDMI port in case somebody wants to be streaming to this. There's lots of room in those third row seats. They're easy to get to as well because of these captain's chairs. And again, like I said, these captain's chairs move back and forth. I'll show you how that works. Just a nice interior that feels really good, and it's easy to get in and out of. A nice low entry and exit that's flat, so it's easy to climb up in here and get settled. Just nicely done. If you have somebody that has a little bit of a problem getting in the back seat, back into the third row, you can always tilt this forward like this and then move it to the side, and it creates a huge opening for getting in and out of that back. That's phenomenal, and it works on both sides. Both sides do this. So just a wonderful setup, really smart. I really like this. Now for cargo, if you want the whole thing to be flat and even, you do have to remove these. And that's much more of a process than what I've showed you here. But for the most part, you have lots of access to everything. For parents, it's also important to note the latch is really easy to get to right there. See that? There's almost no pushing to get to those latches. So if you have a car seat with a latch system, easy to get to. Seat belts are integral to the seats, so when you remove the seat, you don't have to disconnect or rewire or move a bunch of seat belt stuff around. Also really cool. To give you an idea of that third row, you see if we move all this back, so this seat has been tilted down and shoved all the way that direction, and you can see how much space there is. It's huge. So let me show you how easy it is to get into that third row. I'm 6'3" and way over, we'll just call it 250 pounds. We'll say I'm 250 pounds. Anyway, I want to show you how easy it is to get into here. Really easy. So for somebody of my size to be able to do this, it's not hard to imagine your 10-year-old, your 5-year-old, whatever, being able to get back here. My kids have had no problems getting in and out of this van, so nicely done. Now let me show you a couple of things you can do as the driver that are kind of cool. Here you have control of the rear entertainment. From here, blah blah blah, warning screen. Now if I put a disc in, which would go in down here, or plug in HDMI, I can control that from here as I need to. Also, really cool, right from here, I have cabin talk. This projects my voice through the entire cabin, so I can talk to either whoever's wearing headphones. So if your kids are wearing headphones watching a movie, you can break in on that movie and talk to them. If you have something to say, it just uses the Bluetooth pickups up here in the header, or I can speak through the speakers of the whole van. So I can say, hey, I want to talk to the van. Everybody in the back can hear me really well. You can do both at the same time if you want to. It's a really cool setup. It's really neat. And you can toggle back and forth and all of that stuff. It's just a really neat setup to have that. It's cool to be able to do that. That's becoming a common thing in the minivans. Now over here you have the remote. You can turn it off and turn it on so that you can control what kids are doing in the back. If you have one of your kids, you know, trying to annoy the other one by pausing the movie a lot or something like that, you could just turn off the remote and then, sucks to be you, no more fooling around. You can turn it on and off from here, and then there's some apps that you can do, just pretty simple stuff to hook up like HDMI and run some things, or you can stream back there. So if they're wearing headphones, you can stream like their own like Pandora or whatever channel. So really cool stuff there. Also, I want to show you the rear camera. So there's a camera in the back of the van, and you can turn that on. It's called Cabin Watch, and you can see the whole rear of the van right there. Hopefully that comes out on the camera. I'll throw in some photos if the video's not working. But you can see what's going on in the back. Now this camera has night vision, so if it's dark and the kids are back there, you can still see what's going on. So really cool, and the kids love playing with this. They love it when I turn this on, especially in the night vision, and they can, like, the camera's up there in the dome and they can go up and make faces at it or move around. I have a picture where we were waiting in the school parking lot, and my son and my daughters were in here, and his afro, which is gigantic, was just like this much of the screen. It was hilarious. So you can do things here. You can change some settings. You can turn a mic on and off to talk while you're using this. All of that stuff. Really cool little setup. The rest of it is pretty self-explanatory. You got Android Auto, Apple CarPlay, Bluetoothing, which is what I've been doing lately. You can check messages and lots of other stuff. The passenger can run a few things as well, and then you have lots of USBs and other stuff up here. So plenty of storage, plenty of connectivity. It's a really well done van. So this has been Aaron talking about the 2021 Honda Odyssey. This is a great minivan, bestseller on the consumer market for good reason. That's basically what I got to say. That's it. All right. Talk to you again soon.